Let's talk about Teams. So once again here at Microsoft in Denmark, joined by
Michael
and Peter
and Carsten.
And this session is more about in general what's new in Teams. So maybe we should start off by saying a bit about the client itself.
Yes, we could, and we are now on the 13th of October. So the new client has actually been default for a week now. Since the 5th of October, it is the default. We started on the 5th of October saying it's now general available, meaning that it's not a preview client anymore. So we have, with all, as we do with all services, started the rollout. So within the next upcoming weeks, you will see the new Teams client come in as the default client. If you're running in a default always green, not have set up any exceptions or anything for preventing that from coming out.
And just to brush up, the new client is the one where we got all those awesome performance where, it has been known that the old client have been kind of hard on the resources. It has really taken everything that is out of the PC, where the new one is the one where everything is running smooth and so on. It is actually running fast.
It is.
Is he hired by Microsoft?
It's not taking that much power.
I don't think so.
I'm a big fan of the new client. I've been running this since it was in the early preview and so on. I'm really excited about it.
And I would say we can talk a lot about the new client, and there has been a lot of fuss about it. But there's one feature in that new client that I simply just love.
Yeah.
I guess you all tried this about having guest accounts.
Yes.
And you have to sign out of your let's
own
say primary
environment.
tenant to go into either a customer or a demo environment, whatever it is. What is the big issue about that? If I sign out of my own tenant, I'm not reachable. So no one cannot
phone calls.
No one can dial me,
chat
with me. Now we have this about the multi-account feature, so I can be signed into multiple tenants at the same time. I get the notifications from the different tenants that I'm signed into. Again, of course, depending on what I set as notification.
Yeah.
That is simply the one only feature I need to go to the new client.
Yeah.
One of the things that I often was like, I was in a Teams call and I needed to go to another tenant or another account because I was invited as a guest actually to work in a document.
Yeah.
I was like, do you want to dismiss the call? No, but I want to go there.
Yeah.
So that's one of the features that I really like. Is like you can be in a call in your own tenant, your own HP account or whatever account that you have, but then you can still be able to go into a guest tenant.
And it's really
that's
marked
really nice.
perfectly that you can see in each window, so you can put up chat for different accounts. You can have an ongoing meeting, and you can see at top of the window, is this account A, B, or C, or is it tenant A, B, and C, and so on. And you can even have multiple accounts in the same tenant working on it. So I love it. I think I'm
I totally
signed
agree.
by 4 users or something like that in my client. So.
And talk about that, we should of course just be aware that of course you can only have call in one of the tenants or a meeting in one of the tenants.
Not multiple.
If you start a meeting in one of the other tenants that you log into, it will actually place the existing meeting call on hold.
Yeah.
So but we are back to the rollout. It's not functional rollout. So we are rolling out.
Yes.
And what are the requirements now? If you want to roll out, so let's say it's just rolling out.
There is no requirements. You have to do something to prevent it.
Exactly.
Because that is the nature of a cloud service.
Yeah.
If you're running, you will be always updated. So,
but
next time your Teams client is going to check, are there a new version? And if you're one of the chosen ones in this spring of rollout, then you will get updated.
But I must say, during the past 3 months or something like that, there's been updates, so they are kind of similar to the old Teams application. I don't think there's anything missing actually. Maybe.
There's, what is it, 90% that Microsoft created a list where you can see.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a public website saying which features that we used to know are not there yet.
Yeah.
And I'll say right now, the only thing that in my, and I guess I'm using Teams quite intensive. The only thing that I'm missing is this secret API key, so that I can have external devices controlling my Teams. So if I'm using a presenter, a stream deck, or anything like that,
Stream Deck is really missing.
that, let's say, having external devices not being, let's say, in any way signed in, controlling your teams, that is missing. That is the only thing that I, in my day-to-day work, is missing right now.
So
there are some,
Okay.
there are some what we call third-party applications that is not working as expected.
Yeah.
So again, but this has been known for quite some long time. So I hope if you have third-party applications in your environment, and the Teams client has been in a preview for a long time, so I hope you already at least have started testing with what is the need to have in your environment versus what is the nice to have.
Exactly.
And it is as every service is. Yes, of course you can to some extent say no, I don't want it now. I will postpone it. But at some point in time, you will be hit by it.
And the good thing, you can put it as a global policy, or you can put it as a user policy. You can say your main organization, get the new ones, the one that are working on some of the third apps that still require the legacy client. That's called legacy now, the TA, so finally be able to say that, that's nice. They can have a policy where they're not pushed up to new clients. So, but again, it's something that you need to configure yourself.
Yeah, it is.
So let's stop there about the client. What else is new in Teams?
Well, there's always coming new features dropping in. But the big thing that is recently been announced is of course this transition from live event to town hall, where we had this broadcast environment for the live event, which was let's say very different from the experience as being in a normal Teams meeting. But even that, there was some expectations in a lot of organizations saying, oh, this is Teams, so now everybody can host and manage and produce a live event.
Yes.
I know, and some of the fault is on our side, and some of the fault are on your side. But with Town Hall, we get much closer to the meeting experience. So if you're used to, let's say, manage larger meeting in Teams, you will also be able to manage that in the Town Hall. Because the main difference is that the live event was a separate technology.
Yes.
Having this Teams meeting, moving into the media servicing and going out. Now we're actually running in the same stack as meeting, just with some modifications.
There's a lot of great features I actually added, since it's now a town hall and not a live event, compared to like live event. Like you said, it was run on another platform.
Yeah.
So it was also like quite limited in the layouts and.
It was a let's say. You have to put it very simple. It was a locked broadcast.
Indeed. And people were running meetings instead. So I'm really happy that Microsoft came up with this town hall. So we will be a bit more flexible in the way we are doing live. Town halls, live event, whatever we call them.
MTR joining in and all this different stuff that we want.
One of the big things that I already and it is rather new that is out. We already got feedback on is this more native, more easily understanding way of having external presenters, because you often have that in when you have this town hall like meetings, meaning in the very large meetings, you often have an external presenter coming in and talking about a topic or doing some sessions, maybe some panel discussions. What do I know? It could be kind of a hassle to make that work in live event. Now it is actually, when you go in the new form for creating this town hall, in the same way as when you create a normal meeting, but there's just some more fields now, and there you can actually simply put in external presenters, then we get separate links, and so all this management about setting it up is way more easy now.
It's also like have a sign up functionality that live event didn't have, so that's nice as well.
One thing we hate mentioning it, but of course there's also features yet on depending on what license you have. So
Yeah.
in Town Hall, you will have more advanced features if you have the premium license on top of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still kind of license-based, like the normal meeting. If you have the premium license, then the premium license, then you'll get more functionality, and it's the same here. I think that the feature list is more pointing to you don't need the premium license for having regular town halls. If you want more advanced, it's more split up. It's not nice features that are only included in the premium license.
But as we talked about earlier, it's the performance part of a Teams meeting is in the premium license.
Yeah.
But still, when you see the feature set, you can do a lot of it without having the.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Everybody that do have a Teams license can make, of course, still the organization have to allow it. Can create a town hall.
Yes.
That is called the basic town hall. You can have, if I can remember correctly, you can have 15 of those running in concurrently, and you can have up to 10,000 participants in them. Whereas if we go with the premium town hall, you will be able to have 50 concurrent, and you can have up to 20,000 participants.
Wow.
And a very maybe important feature is if you actually is using the premium feature, having many participants in it, you will also have the Microsoft ECDN solution supported in the town hall feature.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
No, so that's quite important. The ECDN has always been a part of the Teams Premium license. You can also get it but it is actually supported in the town hall scenario as well. In the same way as we saw with the old live event, which was just a video stream. So basically, a video optimizer would work. But now we have with the enriched capabilities of monitoring the performance and things like that. And the other thing that is coming into the premium town hall right now is more on the reporting side and a bit on the managing side. But this about getting a richer after the fact report, saying at which point in time during the meeting, the town hall, did people react and things like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you get like more features and more data for the premium version. Cool.
What else is new?
There's different small functionality. Of course, this new way of working, this flexible. We have put some new functionality in. The hot desking functionality.
That's really awesome.
It is.
So maybe we should start by telling about what is hot desking.
Yeah, exactly. That was From our viewpoint, it is that you take our preferred device form factor. That would be the Teams display. You actually set that up as a shared device. Everybody can go up to it. You can book it as a resource. I say I'm going to be in the office in the morning on Monday, and I'll be in there for the full day on Tuesday, and I would like to be in the same spot. So I book that specific situation. I'll go in. And I can log in just by scanning a QR code on it, or I can log in with my credentials depending on how I want it. And depending on the hardware form factor, you can always just come and plug your PC into it, and then it will automatically be your device. So that is basically this about that you can secure yourself a workstation, a desk in the office whenever you know you're going to be in the office and need a place to sit and work.
I guess it would also be possible to use it in like, let's call it a phone booth. It will be a shared device. Anyone can walk up to the device and start the meeting. But if you want to have if you want to sit in the phone booth the whole day, you can actually make it your device.
Exactly.
As a second screen and so on. Actually, right now I'm doing a custom installation where we are putting those devices into phone booth.
I've done the same.
Drop-in meetings, perfect. You just need the screen, you sign in and you use it. Or as you're saying, if you're sitting all day, you can put your PC and you can have it as a second monitor and you can use it as a workspace. So really optimized for that.
And we also, that has been out for a couple of months now, have given the possibility of building what we call a virtual receptionist
Yep.
Basically taking a device where you have, when you come in, push one button and you'll be connected either by video call or audio call as you define it. So that if you have these small offices where you don't have a human receptionist sitting waiting for you to stand in front of the locked door, you can have this device where you just go and say, hey, I'm here to visit. And then you will be connected.
And another way to actually talk to the customer about is, if you have a large organization, have those small offices or sites, and you don't have an on-site PC support, this is a perfect way of doing it. So you have this little booth where just click one button and you'll get one of your PC supporters helping you directly with camera views and can see whatever device you are having on. So, I mean, really a device that makes perfect sense.
That actually does remind me of another new feature that we have, what we call the hotline phone. Where you can have a phone, so as soon as you pick off the handset, it will dial a predestination.
Okay.
We
really miss that, because that legacy system, that's something that of course could be done. So that's really nice.
And it's such again, I know it's not that much used, but in those situations where it is actually a requirement, we have not.
I didn't know I missed it, but
No.
It has been a function like that.
And going down that road about small functionality that we might not have known that we missed. We also now support the ATA boxes on the SIP gateway, so we can actually have analog devices being connected to the system through an ATA. Meaning, if you have some kind of communication device in elevators, doorbells, things like that, that will probably be able to be integrated into a Teams environment. So there's this all this small functionality. And another thing coming in that, a small thing, when we talk about the hot desking, being able to sign in using your QR code, that is also coming out on the Teams meeting panels. These panels we are sitting outside the meeting rooms. You can also sign into the room, or you can book the room by going and scanning a QR code. And then, so again, it's all these small things that just makes it easier and more convenient.
That's really cool. I think like when I first heard about the QR code for the hot desking, it really made sense. Because beforehand you needed to go up. Hot desking have been there for a while. But you need to type in the full mail address and your password and authenticate app.
To be honest, it was kind of clumsy, and you're always late when you come into the desk and you have to go into a meeting. Now you just take up your mobile phone and scan the QR code.
And how does it actually work? So when you scan the QR code, it will push you to your own Teams application on your phone?
Yes. If you do it on a hot desking. You scan it, and yes, you will be required to have the Teams client on your mobile phone, because that is it's a mechanism of doing the sign-in.
So that's actually doing the authentication. That's your personal app. That's pretty cool.
Then you'll be signed in as Lars at HP, and you will be getting all your Teams list for the meetings and all whatever doing, and then you can do so. So it's very easy. A couple of seconds, and then you're up running.
And there's that being dragged out, and I just remember some more new things that are coming on these calling fees. We just released the shared calling, which is basically again, it's been one of those features that has been requested by a lot, but we have not been able to do it. Namely, we don't want to have a DID number to every single user within the organization. You can now, if the users, of course, they need to be enabled for the phone functionality, but if you do that, they can share a DID number. So basically, you could call it maybe a very simplified call queue, or because if they go in, everybody can ring in, and they will be doing ring out. But all these people can also ring out of that number.
So no matter who is actually calling.
So it's a shared number between
a department, for example. If you have a department that don't do any heavy calling, financial department where you're calling one number and you should get them, and so it's a live way of doing it.
Where you don't need to say, hey, I need to talk to Lars, but I need to talk to someone that can do the same as last scan.
So it could be more like a function
Functional,
instead of a
you're
person.
calling.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's another new feature that is coming in, and then we there's all these small things. We changed the layout. Still doing optimizing the traded view in channels because we get more and more information in there. Talking about channels, we have made a change to the way that channel meeting is working. I hope you're all aware of the difference between doing a personal meeting versus a channel meeting. Coming into that, and now we see more and more being required to do recordings because we cannot all participate in the meeting. And what has the, I don't know if it's an issue, but it gives some issues in some situations because where is the recording stored?
Yes.
And right now, it is stored in the OneDrive of the user who is start the recording.
Yeah.
That can, of course, be kind of difficult. It will, of course, be in the chat, so if you have access to it, you can find it. All good. But what about if that person is leaving the company and you still want to keep it? You should remember to move that recording into another location. And if you move the recording, you will break the transcribe and the recap. So there has been some situations where it was not optimal. You can actually now, if you're using the channel meeting, which I really recommend you to do way more than you probably do, because it's a very overseen feature and it's pretty good. You can set up some policies of saying if this is a channel meeting and anybody in that meeting is pressing
Record.
it will be stored in the channel.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's a policy you have to set. So again,
And you will still be able to run the recap and everything on it? Okay, so...
Because it's on the original location.
Yeah.
So again, small features to make all these gotchas, these issues that we have experienced in a new way of working.
But
we try to fix those.
But right now I see there's some features, but it's not some really major features. It's more like we're getting more stable. Is it?
Some
major
Depends
features.
on which side.
Some of the features might seem small, but actually does provide a lot of value into it.
Yes.
That make it more useful. And there is one big feature coming out.
But before we take the big, I think actually it's very important that it might be small functionalities, but something like the HA box with analog, it does that we can shut down the old PBX. We haven't been able to do that. We still have this system where we have something on a legacy platform, something on Teams. So all those minor things here are actually doing that we can complete the migration and get rid of all the legacy, and now we are Teams only.
Exactly.
And one of the really big thing that's been announced, not there yet. Today we are on the 13th of October, but that is those immersive meetings.
Yeah.
We have heard a lot about the avatar. You can have an avatar, and that is for some people great. For some people say no, I will never be in a meeting like an avatar. But there's this pros and cons about the avatars, and some of you might have seen in the previous big Microsoft conferences about having the avatars moving around in a 3D environment.
Yes.
Yeah. Some of you might actually have seen me demo it previously using the HoloLens. That is now coming into Teams, so you can have immersive meetings. So you will be in a meeting in this 3D environment. You will actually be able to join a meeting using a VR device.
Yeah.
Including the HoloLens, so it's not running in a web application?
It's not coming in the HoloLens as the first device. I still have to see when that is coming. I haven't seen any clear indications on that. But it is out there. I tried it.
It's something different.
It's something, yeah.
Because
thank you so much. It's something different, and no, I don't think that it's something that we're gonna use in our day-to-day business meetings. But I can see a lot of scenarios where it would be.
I totally agree. I have customers who's actually asking for stuff like this, and to me, it's a buzzword these days, but I do see that there's some potential there to make it grow in a way, but not for all meetings. Simply cannot.
I see it more, and I'm a bit quiet about it, but I'm pretty excited about it because it's really it's really good fun, and for tech nerdy, it's really fun to play with. But
and
where
you can company brand you in a completely different way. Because
Exactly.
You control the environment. You control everything that are in that meeting space. So I mean,
and I see it more when we go into more conference-like meetings where you have this environment, we have different sessions. This is about having the experience as a participant that, hey, the four of us was in the same session. We have some common knowledge now that we can discuss whenever we meet physically next time.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see that presentation? Wasn't that cool? Or why did you say that? It wasn't like it. We have some common understanding who was in the same presentation as we was.
Yeah.
So I can see some, but again, it's something. It's not something that you just flip.
No.
This is about going in, designing these 3D environments that does require some new capabilities that we might not have in the IT department.
And is it the customer? Is it the partner? Is it Microsoft? There's so many questions, and it will take years to be able
who's
to
gonna design that?
Yeah. Wow.
So it is. It's coming. It's actually coming.
it's a new business area. I think actually we will end up.
We already seen some of the big architects going into that. I don't know if you've seen this. That big has made this floating.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Future. Wow, it's amazing to walk around in that.
Yeah.
Have you tried it?
I've not tried it yet, but I'm.
It's really mind blowing.
And again, it's an environment you can control, so it's a perfect way to get customers into.
And again, no, Teams immersive space is not going to be as advanced as what they did.
No.
But it's going to be more open, and we will have more users because we've seen these 3D environments coming up. Maybe some of you are old enough to remember Second Life.
Yeah. All of us, I think.
Which was one of the first environments we saw. What was the big thing about Second Life? It was there. It was new. Now we've seen different takes on it, but the biggest issue is that all these 3D environments, worlds, they cannot communicate. So if I'm fostered in one of them, I cannot move my avatar myself into another world. And again, Teams is simply just used by a lot of users.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you, as a company, decide this is important, this brings value for us, you will have the possibility to invite a lot of users directly into that environment.
Wow.
I think it's really cool. It like we all said, it's probably not something that will be part of all our meetings. It will not be a daily thing, but I can see like certain events and live events going into environment, having that feeling of actually being present instead of just sitting and waiting, going live soon. So you can kind of interact with other persons that are part of that event.
I think I didn't feature imagine that town hall meeting where you have 20,000 people with that one walking around, imagine the data that needs to be processed. I don't think that will come up in the meeting.
No, but still, this hang-arounds before meeting, that's something it will help doing.
Definitely. So let's wrap it up here. That was the news. Nothing else is new in Teams.
a lot of small things, But
So let's
thank you so
talk about
much.
Teams. Thanks for watching.